Hi guys, welcome back to Just Carve Rob, and you can see we're still working on the dragon. We're carving, taking a rough out here, get rid of some quick wood with our 2.5 inch OCC knife, and then we'll be changing over to the Dremle 4000 with the kutzall extreme flame burr. And as always, guys, remember if you want to save 5% on your next kutzall burr order, go to kutzall and you enter the code CARVEROB in all capital letters and save yourself 5%. 5%, guys. All right? All right. So we're just going to work on this, carving these horns down a little bit. We're running at 2 times the speed, using the knife in an unsafe manner because I'm trying to keep this guy in front of the camera. And normally a piece this big, I'd be like Ben over there at Studio on the Lake. I'd be sitting in my chair with my pillow, and this would be on my short. I have a shorter workbench. Uh, it's kind of roll around metal deal that I use for outside to get it down lower, or even on my lap. Then I can hug it while I'm carving it. Makes it a little more difficult on the table, but we'll get rid of all that wood. So we're just doing a little knife work, having a little bit of fun here. Get the one side figured out, and then we'll go do the other side. You'll see that a lot on this character. I'll do one side of it, and then once I got it figured out, then I'll film the other side for you guys. You got it figured out, right? I didn't. Dragons are different types of things to carve here. I'm learning just like you guys as we're moving along through it here. Just cut chunks off, and hopefully you take them off in the right place. I'm no professional. I don't claim to be a professional. I don't play a professional on YouTube. I'm just the guy with a knife and some wood carving tools, and it helps me relieve my stress. Wood carving, it kind of takes your mind off your problems, and that's why I do it. And bring you guys along for the ride. It relaxes me when I'm cutting wood for some reason. But yeah, so you can see we're just carving it, getting them horns worked down with the knife. Just kind of getting everything put in place using the knife, so that we know where to put that demon Dremle with all them teeth when we get into it. Makes it a little easier to follow the cut lines after I've got them marked in with my knife. So I do that a lot. You guys have been with me for a while. No, there's a lot of times I don't just jump in with the power carver. I take my time. I'm not a speed carver by any means of the word. I just like messing around. So all you guys that have been with me know that carvings don't happen quickly around here at the Just Carve Rob shop. But you're never going to make any money if you don't speed up your carving process, Rob, selling them carvings. Well, I got a shelf full of carvings up here that says not many of them get sold, let's put it that way. And even ones that do get sold often aren't the ones that I carve. It's somebody seen what I carved and like, hey, can you carve me something like that? But I want this or I want that. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? So we end up doing that. Never. I really don't even try to sell them, to be honest with you. Few of them, quite a few of them, have been given to family, friends, kids that stop by with their parents and are like, oh, I like that. And I'm like, here, have it, take it, go away. That's how it works around here. Or they end up in the house. The wife will come out and say, oh, I like that one. And before I know it, whatever it was is gone. And every once in a while, you'll look around and you'll see the shop inspector out in the yard chewing on one that she picked up that was laying too low. The dog has to keep some way of getting her bark, right? Eating my carvings. It recharges her bark. And believe me, she's got a lot of barking, she does. So she's probably eating quite a few of my carvings. Crazy puppy. Yeah, she's sitting out there like a great big old lizard in the sun. Hey, yeah, we had a special guest appearance today by the sun here in Michigan. How about that? He's just hanging out. He'll be here till about 8:30 tonight, and then he'll be gone until tomorrow. He'll be back. I'm hoping he'll be back, although they are forecasting more rain and snow in our near future. So, still cold. Sun's out, but it is still cold. It's a wee bit nippy out there. Still have to wear a heavy sweatshirt when we head out to the shop until we get the fire going. And we're using this, it's a skew, okay? So this is going to be the fin on the side of his head. And you can see, trying to mark them in there. And they're going to be like little flippers, little flipper things on the side of his head. I had yesterday, last video I had mentioned, found this piece of wood in the lake, in Blue Lake here. So somebody said, well, it must be a water dragon then. Well, hell, it must be. So what we're doing here is we are shaping this horn. We've done the one. It'd be on your left-hand side. We've already done that one. So now we are shaping the right-hand one. If you're looking at the carving straight on, we are shaping the right-hand horn on top of his head. And we are doing that with the Dremle 4000 with the kutzall flame burr. We're getting in there and we're getting that horn all shaped. And we will be, I think we'll be changing burrs to the taper burr. And that would be the kutzall taper burr that we will be using to do the undercuts under the horn. We won't be able to cut all the way through it to totally separate it from the head, but you know, we'll get at least the tips will be cut underneath. When this is hanging on the wall, we're probably going to mount it to a plaque anyway. So you can see I just loosened up the collet on my Dremle. I had noticed that the Dremle, that the extreme burr had started walking out of the collet. You got to remember, guys, the collets in these Dremles are made of aluminum. And they heat up when you're carving a lot like we are today with this. They'll heat up, and sometimes your burr will walk out on you. And if you don't pay attention to that, what will happen is the burr will keep walking out, and it could bend the burr or destroy the collet by putting a woggle in your collet. So pay attention to that. I noticed that it wasn't feeling right. And when I looked at my burr, it had walked out like 3/16 to 1/4 of an inch out of the collet. So keep your eye on that, guys. You don't want to over tighten your nut on that, your collet on that, but it could end up walking out on you like mine did there. Okay, so now we've got the Master Carve Micro Motor Pro, and that has the Kutzall Gold. Kutzall Gold. So that is the fine. The gold is the fine, the silver is the coarse, and the black is the extremely extreme Kutzall burr. So you can see we're using that gold to do a little undercutting under that horn. Working that point back. Okay. Back, we got to get rid of some wood off of that block. So that's what we're doing there. We're moving that stump back. Chopping that off. I wish I would have went with the upper part. Had done this on the other end. But you can see that big knot in that wood. And I thought that would cause me some problems So I ended up, the head would have been bigger, the horns would have been higher. The head probably would have been the same size, but the horns would have poked off the head a little bit better, I believe. Okay, so let's take a look at this guy here. So that's what he's looking like so far. What do you think? Okay, so now we just sped up the camera a little bit, or the feed, and we are changing over to our micro motor with the little, it's like a diamond bullnose, okay? It's round on the end. It's a cylinder. I believe it's called a bullnose or round nose or something like that. It's a diamond. And all we're going to do is we're going to, all that jagged cutting down between the horns, we're getting in there with that and we're smoothing it out, making it nice and smooth. So that's what we're doing there. Getting all that hardwood, all that from the knife cuts and all that, we're removing all that. And we're getting those fins out away from the horns a little bit on the head to make it, like I said, smooth down there. I got to figure out what we're going to do with the rest of this guy, though. I'm thinking we're going to mount him to a plaque and hang him on the wall. We'll get them all painted up and get a scale pattern cut into them. That kind of stuff. That'll be in the next episode, part 3. This is part 2. So that'll be in our next episode. So right now we're getting it all cleaned up. You guys really need to tell me if you want to see less detail or more detail. Okay, this is pretty. This is a long-winded video, but I could cut a lot of this out of here. If you guys just want to see the quick version, or if you like the long version, leave me a comment to let me know. I hate to make these real long, these 15-minute videos that, you know, you're like, well, you didn't go nowhere in 15 minutes. You just kept shaping the horn and sanding and all that stuff. If you don't want to see that stuff, you don't want to see all the sanding and stuff like that, let me know. And we will make the videos. I just won't show this stuff. You know, I'll show roughing out the horn. And then the next thing you know, he'll be sanded. The magic of video. Okay? So, right now, we're going to sketch the, I don't know what you'd call them. Flutes. Call them flutes. Those things on the side of his head. We're going to make them like kind of like bat wings, you know. Batman! Batman! No? So you can see the way we're going with it. We're making it like a wing or a flipper. A flinker? I don't know. And I'm using that diamond bull nose. This is I think it's 60 grit. And it was bought on Amazon. Okay. It's one of those kits that you get 10 in a pack. You used to be able to get them for like 10 bucks. Get 5 in a pack for 10 bucks. Well, now they're 15 bucks. So I just looked them up the other day on Amazon, and the price has gone up. As every other price has gone up, unfortunately for us. All right, so I think that's going to be it for this one, guys. We're at 15 minutes. So share, subscribe, and like. Share, subscribe, and like. Share, subscribe, and like. And make sure you like. Hit that thumbs up button if you will. And if you don't like the video, hit the thumbs down button. And if you really don't like it, hit the thumbs down button twice. Hit it twice. Thumbs down twice, all right? If you really don't like it. Okay? So, yeah, we did the share, subscribe, and like thing, Rob. All right. So, yeah. I'll leave the links in the descriptions below. There will be a link to buy me a coffee. There will be a link to the kutzall .com guy. And be awesome, guys. Carve something awesome. Take care. Hope you all are well. And we will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.